Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you about how to seed content. So seeding content is actually a really technical way for blogging. So where can you spread the word? Where can you talk about your product or your tool and do it really effectively? People think there's a really strategic approach, that there's kind of top secret ways of doing things and doing them really effectively. But the reality is, and being really honest, it's about talking genuinely in the right places consistently. So what I'm going to do today is just share how we do it and how we do it relatively effectively and how we yield a really good return out of it. So two key things: create a clear and consistent way to find places to talk about online, and I'm going to talk you through some of the key places that we actually follow or engage with and how we put structure around that. And then secondly, measure the return on those. So let's ensure when we're doing it, we have some metrics around it, we have some accuracy around it, and we know what's working, we know what's not working. So just before I go into some of that, there's no real magic to doing this. As I said before, it's literally find the places that happen, that work, that people are talking about your tool or your expertise or your product or industry specific stuff, and then engage with that and engage on it on a consistent level. There's a real magic that does happen, which is if you stick to your numbers and you continue to do a quoted amount per day or per week, or your team continue to do that per day or per week, it does begin to materialize into what you want, which is paid customers, which is trial sign-up, which is whatever it may be, purchased products. So I'm going to talk you through some of the sections here, and then hopefully it can relate to you guys, and hopefully you can deploy some of these strategies yourselves. So the first thing is identify the places to start talking. So there's a few of them here. We do one quick thing which works really well. Before we identify the places, we identify the keywords that work for us. So in our industry, for a lot of our products, it's about B2B marketing, it's about sales prospecting, it's about identifying visitors, it's about website conversions and things like that. So the first thing before you do anything is to identify that keyword list of things you want to do. And again, like I say in other videos, put a priority against those. So what's the most lucrative keyword phrase for you? Then work backwards from that. Once you've done that, you can then start using that snapshot of potential keywords and things like that to identify where to start talking. So first things, Google Alerts. Set up some Google Alerts that are specific to each one of those keywords. So into your inbox on a daily or weekly basis, you will receive a notification email from Google saying this website, this website, this website, this website, this website are all talking about this particular keyword. So let's say it's B2B marketing. What that enables you to do is then have a real-time stream of websites that you can go in, qualify whether they're correct for you to jump on and start talking about, or to, sorry, I should say, and then do so. The next one is Google search results. So again, you've got your keyword lists. Let's put them into Google, B2B marketing, for example, and then let's see the first 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 pages. So you've potentially got 100 or 200 results per keyword that may be relevant for you to start talking into. We've then got things such as LinkedIn. So again, searching groups, searching forums, searching posts that are relevant to the keywords that you've identified for your business. And again, making a list of all of those blogs, all of those forums, all of those groups that are relevant for you. Twitter searches, search for hashtags, search for actual keyword phrases. And again, what you'll find is you'll find people linking to various articles and blogs and forums that again relate to the topics that are relevant to you guys in your organisation. There's loads of different ways to do it. One last one actually is to find people who talk, who you know, competitive peers, whatever it might be, and follow them. These people are probably going to be proactively doing the same sort of thing that you want to be doing. So identify a number of people that are your peers, that are competitors to yourselves, and then follow them and identify the areas that they're actually commenting on also. So let's assume now we've done all of that and we've therefore got 1,000, 1,500, 200 potential sources to start to contact, to start to reach out to. The next step is then qualifying those. So we would go into each one of those in a structured, prioritized order again, and what we'd do is we'd start to filter them out. Ones are relevant, ones that aren't relevant. That then effectively gives you a definitive list, a plan of where you can start talking. The third stage to that is then putting a quota against your conversations, putting either a time allocation or a comment allocation or any other kind of metric you're going to use to say, I am going to consistently commit X number of hours or do X number of posts or X number of engagements, whether it's a conversation based on the medium you're on, about this particular topic. So we've now got sources, we've got a priority against our sources, so what order we actually work down. We've got a quota, so an amount of time that we're actually spending on each of these. And then finally, and most importantly, jump onto these websites, start talking to them. Don't just paste generic information, but engage in the conversation and the dialogue they're having. So in some circumstances, it may be a little more time consuming than others, but I guarantee if you start to engage with the people, the 10s or the 15s or the 20s or even the hundreds of people that are talking within these blogs or these forums or asking particular questions, and they're getting their 30 or 40 responses. If your information, if your content is credible, if the manner in which you present yourself is credible, you will start to get engagement in these sort of sources. Now, I'd like to summarise all of this with the most important part, and that is stick to your numbers. As I said at the beginning, there really is a magic that happens that if you continue to work with this quoted amount per day and really engage with the correct content, this magic does start to happen and this momentum does start to happen, which means that you get what you're looking for, which is that conversion, those leads, those inquiries, those paying customers. That covers absolutely everything. As I said, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Any questions you have, do let us know. Thank you.